Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Flagrant Talk Sports Podcast. It's
Come
me,
on.
Isaiah, here with my favorite co host, Mr. Moses Firmino.
Welcome back, everybody.
The NBA season is here, and man, does it feel good to say it. So it's only right that we do our early awards predictions: Coach of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, MIP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, MVP, and not Clutch Player of the Year. Strictly because I just, yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
It's a little Mickey Mouse of an award,
Yeah.
but these others are legit. So the way we're gonna do this, we're gonna give our top three, but we're gonna go from 3 to 2 to 1. So you're gonna hear our top pick for all of them, but it allows for us to talk about some other guys who we want to give a little love to. And I will say my top three, Mo will say his top three, and we'll go category by category for this upcoming season.
Yup.
Mo, anything you want to add before we get started?
I'm ready to jump on in.
It's what I love to hear. So, why don't you get us started here with your Coach of the Year picks?
My three coaches of the year, my number three is going to surprise a lot of people, and that man is the newbie, JJ Redick of the Los Angeles Lakers. And now, Moses, when has a coach ever won Coach of the Year in their first year? Moses, the Lakers suck. There's no way JJ Redick is ever going to turn this ship around. The one thing I do know about the Lakers is they sure love and attract media attention. So all I'm saying is if this team avoids the play-in, they're a 6 seed, they're a 5 seed. There may be some agendas being pushed that JJ deserves a coach of the year nod. And sure, if he turns it around and gets them that high into it, and we'll see, maybe that's earned. But going off the board, I have him as the third in my voting. At two, I have a guy who somehow finished fourth last year. But he's gonna come up short again because it's gonna be some similar BS. I got Joe Mazzulla
Yep. Had a
of the
feeling.
Boston Celtics at number two for me. We're running it back. We got the crew loaded up, ready to go. Should be another exciting year. First overall seed in the East to be fourth in the coaching rankings for whatever reason. So maybe they jump them up a couple spots this year because at one, I have the new full-fledged New York Knicks and Tom Thibodeau, Coach Tibbs, getting it done, winning Coach of the Year. He was fifth, I believe, right behind Joe this last year. But Cat coming over, they know each other a little bit well. The experiment first time around wasn't really successful, but we'll see if second time's a charm in New York, and I think it will be. I have Tibbs winning Coach of the Year.
I love it. We've got a crossover in this top three, and the way that I kind of divvied mine up, I looked at teams who could take a leap, where a coach would be the one to get maybe some love, or a team that is going to win a crap ton of games, and that being the crossover with Joe Mazzulla. My third pick, I have Jamal Mosley with the Orlando Magic. That's what we're cooking up with three. I think the Magic are set for another leap as Paulo continues to grow into the great player that he is as Franz Wagner, and the addition of KCP helps improve that 3-point shooting, which they desperately needed. I think this Orlando team is just going to be a top 4 seed in the East. They're going to be very solid, and I think Mosley could be the one to potentially benefit the most from that. For For number 2, I've got my Celtics head coach. Simply, they're going to win a ton of games. And I think, as you said, the way maybe he was kicked to the side for what a dominant season the Celtics had, people may this time around be a little more willing to play ball and say that, all right, maybe the guy does deserve the pick there, but I still think he comes up short. And I have that because I have Memphis Grizzlies coach Taylor Jenkins. I think the Grizzlies are going to be back. They're going to be healthy, and they are going to cause serious problems out in the Western Conference. And I think Taylor Jenkins is a guy who isn't just a great coach, but it's going to show up in the win column, which is probably the most important thing you could have when looking at this award. So,
without a doubt,
those are my candidates. I love the Tibbs pick too, that you made, because they're going to win a ton of games. The Knicks are, to me, the second best team in the East.
Yep.
They're going to win a lot. And listen, I know you don't love having Redick on here, and I personally don't. But like you said, man, that Lakers glaze, if things are right, it might be enough.
Yep.
It might be enough. So I'm not mad at it, but I would be curious to see what people think of you having Redick even in the mix, because
Yeah, pretty out there. But
it is.
I'm willing to take it.
I think he's gonna be a good coach because he really is like a student of the game. He's a nerd. Like, he's an absolute basketball nerd, and he's taking sets from Dan Hurley. He's taking sets from these greats. Like, some wheels don't need to be reinvented. These
For
great
sure.
winning coaches did it for a reason. I'm going to just adopt and pluck all these things that I love that I've seen from coaches, and then add my own flair as it goes on. So
Yep.
I think Redick is going to be solid. I would have liked to see him in a different market than LA, at least to start his coaching career, but it's not the reality we're in. So
Yep.
work with what we got. But 6 man of the year, who've you got cooking?
At 3 for me. Oh, sorry, I was lost. I have the winner of it last year,
Love
Naz Reid. I think he is, there's a little bit of question mark, obviously, with Randall coming in and DiVincenzo coming in, how the rotation's going to look. Obviously, they're going to change based on matchup and who they're playing, but Naz is in a prime spot to continue his success coming in off the bench. That bench unit is going to be better.
Agreed.
With DiVincenzo and with some other new pieces there. I just had to keep him in the running. Even though he won it last year, it's not too far out of the realm to win it back-to-back years, as we've seen with guys like Jamal Crawford and such. But
Lemon Pepper Lou.
Yep. At 2, we got Malik Monk of the Sacramento Kings. This one is a little bit scary for me. We got DeMar DeRozan coming over. Obviously, he's going to be starting, but could take away from minutes and just more rotation Monk would have had with that one unit. So see how all that works out, but obviously has the tools, has that Energizer Bunny type of explosion on offense, can give you 30 on a night. Love what Monk has been doing, and I'm glad to see him with the Kings still. But at 1, I know this is crazy because wait, how can a team have 2 6 men?
Dude,
I don't know. That's not my decision. I think Dante DiVincenzo is gonna win the award. I feel like voters are somehow going to loophole him and Naz Reid and pit them against each other. And yeah, that probably could be a detriment to both of them. I think it's going to be a plus because they're going to work well together on the
Yeah.
second unit, have the best second unit in basketball would be my prediction. With DiVincenzo coming over, and I don't know, I could be a little bit of recency bias, but he's definitely got a chip and a fire that he's coming out with this
Yes.
year. So that's why I got him.
I don't have DiVincenzo in mind, but he looks pissed, and I like that. I like coming with that edge, playing angry, especially with the Knicks. Like, that's preseason ball, and he's coming with that fire. So
Yeah.
I think there's a real world where he lights it up. He's coming off a career year. His confidence should be high, and you got traded. You got kind of booted out of New York right when, all the Nova boys got together. I like that.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, I love that he's got that energy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, for me, my number 3 for the Sixth Man of the Year award, if I can find him, here his beautiful face is. I've got Jaime Jaquez of the Miami Heat, one of the best rookies of last season, really showed up for the Heat. And I think above all else, they're looking for a comeback year, and they're going to need Jaime to really go out there and perform on a nightly basis if the Heat are going to be in the mix with the Knicks, with the Celtics, with the Sixers at this point. Like, if you want to be in the thick of those teams, the Bucks, they're going to need a Jaime Jaquez. He kind of does it all for them, is a solid scorer. I like what he brings to the Heat.
Yep.
Um, the next guy I have is the guy who won it this previous year, Nas Reed. I think he's going to be right back in the mix. It's a similar spot to be in, but this time no cap. And that might end up being to his benefit potentially a little bit. If not, I don't think it greatly impacts what he's able to do out there, unlike what he did this season. Um, but my number one is the guy who you also had on your list. I have Malik Monk.
Yep.
And I love that he is stuck around in Sacramento. I know going into this offseason, it was like, well, what if he leaves? What if the Pistons offer him a bag? And he's like, all right, I listen, we're gonna suck, but a bag is a bag.
Yep.
Came right back to the Kings, who are even better than they were last season. And I think the Kings are going to be a playoff team. I think Monk is going to play with that fire off the bench offensively and that flamethrower like he can do. And he's also going to be on the court for them in those late game situations with the clutch player of the year and DeMar DeRozan. So
Yep.
I'm excited to see it, and I think Monk is set up in a really good spot to wind up winning this award.
For sure, without a doubt.
On to MIP, Most Improved Player, and I'll flip it up this time. I'll get us
Sweet.
started. I've
Sweet.
got at number 3 the cum bucket, Jonathan Kuminga of the
I do
Golden.
as well.
Let's go, man! You love to see it. Point blank, like they need him. They're
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing is the Warriors need him. There's no more Clay. It's so crazy that he went from a guy who Steve Kerr kind of dug on his bench, and he had to ask for a trade, and then he gets minutes, and it's like, oh yeah, this guy we spent a high lottery pick on is really good.
Wow.
It's a crazy thing. But I think he's set up to continue balling, have the best season of his career in Golden State,
Yeah.
on a team that is desperately going to need him to be good if they're going to be in the playoffs. I love the intensity that he brings, his athleticism. I'm excited to see what he can do in an even bigger role this year without Clay Thompson and kind of a changing of eras in Golden State. Uh, the second guy, if you have followed this channel around for a little while, you know I am a Jalen Johnson Glazer. I love him. I think he has star upside, freak of nature, very athletic as a lob threat. Say what you will about the Hawks, if they're going to be great or not. To me, it doesn't really matter. I think Johnson is a guy who can get up there and put up 20 points per game. When you're looking at this award historically now, you're looking for a guy who increases their points per game by 5-6 points is normally the sweet spot. And I think as a player, he is more than capable of doing so, especially without a DeJounte Murray eating at the offensive pie that they've kind of had. At number one, I think it's a guy who is a freak of nature and who is going to develop even more coming off of a historic rookie season. I've got Wembanyama, who's going to be an all-star this year and probably make all NBA honors. And I honestly think they want to give this kid as many awards as possible. So
yeah, I respect it. I respect it, man. I don't have Jalen or Wemby on my list,
love
but
it.
I will start it off with Kuminga, as you said, needed for the Warriors.
Yeah.
Coming off the best season of his career, I agree. I can definitely see him taking another jump with the opportunity that is available to him this season. So I got him at 3.
Mm-hmm.
At 2, I have a guy who we touched on his counterpart in the centers video, kind of holding him back from taking a leap. Maybe this is the year he takes that leap. Evan Mobley of the Cleveland Cavaliers did average 15.7 points per game last year, but I could definitely see him taking that jump, getting to 20. Far right top. There we go.
I was like, dude, what the heck?
We know what he can do on the defensive side of the ball. If he can maybe up that block number to 2 blocks a game, something like that. I could definitely see him winning this award, especially with the talent around him. He's got it there. My winner for most improved, had to throw a little glaze in. J-Dub, Jalen Williams. I think he is going to go nuclear this season, take that step, solidify himself as the number 2 behind Shea. Pretty exciting if you're the Thunder to have Chet as your number 3. So either way, no matter how it plays out, they're in an unbelievable position. But J-Dub, we saw a jump last year. I'm expecting a maxi year 3 type jump from him to secure the most improved player of the year.
I love it. Real quick, since we're talking about a Thunder player, kind of a weird pivot, but Mo and I were texting about it today. With the news that Kawhi is going to be out for an indefinite amount of time, breaks our hearts. That it really sucks, I think, for me, because it's like, if I would have known that Raptors chip was like kind of it, I would have appreciated it even more at the time. But all this to say, the Clippers are going to be bad, right? It's not like they were going to be great with Kawhi, but without him, it's like, it's getting even worse.
Yep.
But they don't own their first round pick. The Oklahoma City Thunder do, and it's unprotected. There's nothing the Clippers can do to get that pick. There's a real, like, legitimate world, not a make-believe one, not one that isn't possible, but where Cooper Flag ends up on the Thunder. And I just want to throw that out into the universe as a holy crap type thing. So yeah, just figured I'd throw that out.
Well, they better hope the first overall pick is worth more than a Lou Dort type of player next draft. But
I can't believe that was a thing. Anyway. Thank you for bringing that up, because that
of course
pissed me off for the whole draft process.
But,
anyways, let's we can move on now to Defensive Player of the Year, the Rudy Gobert Award, as it seems over the past handful of seasons. Mo, who have you got for the DPOY category?
I have the man who we should name the award after, I guess. I have Rudy Gobert at 3.
Me too.
Oh, we got a little change.
Yep.
We got a little passing of the torch
Yes,
here.
we do.
Obviously we know what Rudy can do, but just a little bit of more of uncertainty about how that defense is gonna look. What obviously they still should be a really damn good D, but I think with the change in personnel, it's gonna take a little bit to get there, and that might affect his stock in this award. A guy who is in a little bit more of a comfortable situation, and a guy who we talked about in the center's vid as being a guy who could rival Rudy. I have Bam Adebayo at 2.
Me too.
Well, Zay, I think we're gonna go 3 for 3. Bam, as we said, just gotta take that little step, just a little bit. The stats, give me some stats. We know we've seen you passed the eye test. Just give me a couple more stats, and maybe you'll win this award. But as you said, there's a freak in the NBA now, and it's Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, me too.
Awesome. I didn't think we were gonna go 3 for 3 in any of these. That's
I
awesome.
didn't either. But
all right.
But here we are. Yeah, I'll quickly go through them all. Rudy, we haven't had, I looked it up, we haven't had a back-to-back winner for DPOY since 2018 and 2019. That winner was Rudy Gobert. So those winners were him.
All right.
He then proceeded to lose it in 2020 to Giannis, but don't worry, in 2021 he got it right back. So in 3 of 4 seasons he did that. Dude is ridiculous. We know what he does. As for Bam, talked about all these guys in the center video, but for Bam, the fact he has not won a DPOY is crazy. And I had said in the centers video, shameless plug if you want to go look at our position rankings. I said, man, the dude is so good, but he's just in a time where you have a Rudy Gobert who is this kind of generational guy. And as Rudy is still collecting these awards like Infinity Stones, you now add Victor Wembanyama to the mix, and it's like great. So
Bam may never win one.
He seriously might not, and it's kind of like the LeBron thing, not winning one when Marc Gasol got the award, and I think was all defensive second team when he did so over LeBron. It might be that thing for Bam where it's like, bro, you might not get one, not because you're not deserving. The comp is so tough for you, man.
Yeah, you're about to be a 5-time, 6-time All NBA defensive first teamer and not have a DPOY.
No. So that could be the spot for Vic. Led the league in blocks. I just don't see how he can decline from being this.
If he averages 4 blocks,
and it's possible.
He was close. He was really close.
I think it was 3.6. He's like 4 is possible. Will he do it? I don't know. Also, this is the one we looked up betting odds. Looked up betting odds. No sponsors, so I'm not even going to drop which one. But he's minus money. Wemby is to win this award. I think the next closest was Gobert at like plus 1,000, plus 1,100.
It's insane.
Here's one. Here's one for you.
Okay.
Who would you take to win this award? Victor Wembanyama or the field?
Wembanyama, but it would depend on my odds.
I'm picking Wembanyama. And that, like, numbers-wise is stupid. Talent-wise, you look at the other guys he's standing next to, it's like, well, they can win. I think unless Wemby just doesn't qualify due to injuries or something, he's got this in the bag.
Yep.
put the award in the bag, bro, because it's hot. He's got it on lock.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, on to rookie of the year. I've got Victor Wembanyama. Sorry. Um, his award last year. I'll kick us off this time. I've got the number one overall pick, Zachary Risache with the Atlanta Hawks. Hasn't really been talked about. I people have been like, this is the least aura is number one pick ever. It's the dude. He looked good with the Hawks. He's in a really good spot in terms of teammates and playing next to a Trey Young and having it's not a great team in Atlanta, but he's got some good pieces. Like Jalen Johnson, who's on the most improved. I I think he's in a good spot, and he is still the number one overall pick at the end of the day. I think this race is going to be close, but I think he's good enough to at least be in the mix. At number 2, I've got Reed Shepherd with the Houston Rockets. The kid was balling in summer league. I think this Rockets team is going to be improved. Very well could be in the play-in this time around, or potentially better. I think Reed Shepherd just does a lot of things well. He's able to pass the ball. He's got good teammates in Houston, similar to Zachary, where he's not rolling solo, and it's going to be him playing hero ball. So I think he's in a good spot there. But number 1, put up absolutely monster numbers at Purdue. The winner of the award for me, I have Zach Edey with the Memphis Grizzlies. I think when you look at this award, the biggest thing is opportunity. And Edey is going to have a ton of opportunity. He's going to play a lot of minutes. They need his size. They're lacking. And this is why they drafted him higher than. But like we were expecting, you and I were both pretty shocked in our live stream that he went as high as he did.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. I mean, he
Mhm.
is exactly what Memphis needs. They're going to be a playoff level team almost by default as long as they're healthy. And Zach Edey is going to get plenty of opportunity to score those little back to the basket hooks like he was knocking down at Purdue. He's going to eat up a ton of boards. He's going to get a block, a little over a block a game. And I think it sets him up really well given the opportunities to win the Rookie of the Year award.
Without a doubt. So we I'm just gonna
Oh,
we
no.
have 2 out of 3 the same.
Okay.
And that is, I'll start there. I'll start at 1 because I have Edey winning this award as well.
Okay.
I have Reed as my number 2. And at 3, my long shot, I got Stephon Castle,
Love it.
San Antonio Spurs. You gone. You gone. Sorry. Love the Huskies. One of their
How could you not?
best players last season. Fitting into a pretty solid up and coming young team. Got Victor around you. There's things bound to happen for you. There's highlights you're bound to be in. So I got Castle coming in, making I'm not sure what his role is gonna be. I'm hoping he's earned some play time through this preseason process. But if he's on the floor, I think he's got a good shot to make a little splash in this race.
I totally agree. And I think even if he doesn't win, he's a guy both you and I have talked pretty strongly about. We liked him at UConn, and I love the landing spot. Most of
Yeah.
all, he's learning from Chris Paul ahead of him, an all-time great point guard, and Pops as your coach.
Pretty fire.
Yeah, playing with an alien and Wembit, like on a young core. Even if he doesn't win, I think Castle has all the makings of a starting caliber point guard for years to come. So
Yeah.
I like it. I like him being in this mix. But now we're on to the big one.
Yes, sir.
For the big one, let's go bar for bar on this one.
Okay, I'm down.
We'll do
I'm
okay.
down.
For all the marbles. MVP. Who have you got at 3?
I may be getting cute. I may be getting fatigued. At 3, I have Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Me too.
Fire.
Me too.
Fire.
Yep.
I just feel like it's brewing for Giannis and
Oh, yep. Okay. Quick mic delay. So we're doing an audible real quick. um for me, best two-way player in basketball. So is making a big impact on the defensive end as well. Big impact on the offensive end. Do you want me to hit a little tea time? Okay. We'll be right back. And we're back. Sorry about
Sorry
that.
for the delay. Sorry for the delay.
But we're back. So yeah, as we said, Giannis here at 3, best two-way player in basketball.
Yep.
A tremendous defensive player. Offensively is going to give you. I mean, he could give you 30 a night. He's that good. The biggest thing for him, I think, is availability. It's been a bit of a problem, primarily in the postseason more than the regular season. But this is a regular season award, and I think the Bucks are going to be a playoff team. They're the oldest team in basketball, but Giannis is Giannis. He's an all-time great.
Yep. Without a doubt.
At number two. At number 2. And this is a tough one. I've got the Skims model. Your boy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
I do too.
Oh my goodness.
I do too, bro. Last year was the year, man. Now I don't know if it's gonna happen.
He was second.
There's so many good guys, bro.
We are so spoiled having the talent we do in this league. Shai, again, very solid defender as well. So it's not just buckets.
It's not just the smooth paced play that you.
Oh, don't get Mo started.
Sorry, my bad.
Don't get Mo started. But he's gonna give you 30, 31 a game. He's given you that, and I've talked about it, and I'll continue to talk about it. I love a player who thrives in the midi. It's awesome. Seeing a superstar, like one of the best players in the league, a top 5 player in the league, play like that is dope. I love it.
So fire.
In an age where it's all about the 3 ball, it's all about things like that. I really love Shai's play. So
without a doubt, man.
Like you said, this was the year, and he was right there, man. He was second in MVP voting, but Jokic is that dude. He is.
Not this year though. Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh, all right. We're on the same type of timing.
Go ahead.
Because the player now has the best cast he's ever been surrounded by since he was 14 in Europe, cooking fools. He's got, I'm not even going to, Luka Doncic, MVP. I don't know how many times we have to teach you this lesson, old man. But we haven't taught you a lesson at all because he hasn't gotten it done. I think this is the time. This is the year. This is the moment for Luka Doncic to finally get that. I'm missing the word. There would have been a really good one.
Damn it.
Extravagant, luscious, lustrous, coveted MVP award. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
That is a great pick. I've got Spicy P getting it done. I'm sorry. No, I'm bugging. I have Luka too. I picked him
I'm
last year.
surprised. Okay.
Top 3 the same for MVP is pretty fire.
I just I'd let it off. I could be getting tired. I could be getting fatigued. Jokic, I'm a little concerned. Too.
I just think it's the fatigue more than anything. And
Yeah.
it's not that he's not the best player in basketball. It's not that this year he won't end the year as the best player in basketball. But the league wants that, first time winner thing. And I think it's Luka or Shea. I really do. I think there's almost a tiny gap between them and 3 because I really do think it boils down to them. But I think Luka,
I agree.
he played so good last year, and taking his team to the finals only elevates that. You could critique his finals play, whatever, but at the end of the day,
he got there.
And there's a very good chance Shea does the same thing with this Thunder this year. So I think it's going to be a tight race. Last year, I picked Luka in our awards video, and then a week later said, I am going to take that back and pick Jokic. This time around, I'm sticking with Luka.
Yep. Let it ride.
Luka.
I'm joining you.
I think he gets it done, man. I could see him leading the league in scoring. And
now, if I didn't double down on SGA and he wins, I may never talk basketball again on this channel.
You do need more props for that, because he didn't win, but he got second, and you had that Shea.
Dude, that would have been such a fire. That would have
been a very impressive pull.
Well, yeah.
Because
Glaze isn't all bad.
It's not. When the player is that good, it makes it easier.
They back it up. Yeah, they help you look like a. I don't even. We got it.
All right, let's. Yeah, we ended the video terribly last time.
Yeah,
so we may as well.
We're over 2.
Yeah. Anyways, let us know who you guys have. Let us know your picks. Real quick, I'll just run through all my awards so that way it's in a tightly knit thing at the very end. Coach of the Year, Taylor Jenkins of the Memphis Grizzlies. Sixth Man of the Year, Malik Monk of the Sacramento Kings. Most Improved Player, Victor Wembanyama, San Antonio Spurs. DPOY, Victor Wembanyama, San Antonio Spurs. Rookie of the Year, Zach Edey, Memphis Grizzlies. And MVP, Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks.
For me, Coach of the Year, Tom Thibodeau. Sixth Man of the Year is Dante DiVincenzo. Most Improved is J-Dub Jalen Williams. DPOY, Victor Wembanyama. Rookie of the Year, I got Zach Edey. And MVP, Luka Doncic.
And that's the video. Let us know your awards picks. Are you taking Wemby or the field for DPOY? Do you think it's the year a first-time MVP is crowned? Do you think Giannis comes in with some fire? He wins the award. Do you think Jokic says, hey, I'm still the best player? It's going to be me. Is Anthony Edwards your dark horse? Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's...
Tatum?
He at least and I know the hat, but he's gotta be in the mix. He's probably gonna be first team All NBA again.
Yeah.
So by default, top 5.
Yeah.
But he might be 5th again.
Yeah.
I really think that's the way
reasonable
it could fall. And that doesn't hinder the Celtics. Even with that, I still think they're the favorite to win it. But
yep,
those are the awards. Let us know what you think. And before we go, little song of the pod. Mo, what do you got?
I got a little. I don't think I've done this yet. Givenchy Jeans by Dom Corleo.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little light minute track. Great beat. Great verse. Talking, floating, vibing. If you haven't listened, go give it a shout.
I absolutely love it. For me, the man, when you're seeing this video, is dropping a album tonight. Surprise out of nowhere. Bro commented on Steve Lacy's post less than a week ago. I'm sick and tired of people asking for an album. I'm an actor now. The music's not coming. And then says, yeah, I'm lying. My album is coming out like this week.
So crazy.
Insane. No one trolls his fans more than him. I've got Heaven to Me by Tyler the Creator. One of my favorite beats of all time on from John Legend, on an album that I grew up with. Parents played it all the time. A Kanye beat. Back when Kanye was cooking up those beats, giving them to John, and John was chefing. So hearing Tyler rap over it on the Call Me If You Get Lost Deluxe was music to my ears, quite literally. Love the track. I love his storytelling on like what the perfect day is for him, what the perfect life is for him. I think it's a top 10 Tyler song to me. I really love it. And we'll be getting a new album, a new era from him tonight.
So fire.
And on Thursday, my boy West Side Gun will be
Boo, boo, boo.
Two of my three favorite artists making music today are dropping an album in the same week.
It's 2024 music.
It's been Playboy Cardi.
It all
That's
circles
the dude
back. It all circles back.
That's the dude who really, I'm like, where the hell is it? Where is it? And yeah, he's on some BS. I don't really know what the
year's almost over, bro.
It's almost over. Who else needs to drop this year? Rocky. I mean, we've gotten 3 Tyler albums since Rocky's last, which is
Frank. Sorry.
at that point, dude, Moses. If so, this is how psychotic some people are. Tyler is dropping the album on Frank Ocean's birthday, and people are like, "That has to mean Frank's on it." Where do you get that? Where do you get that? Maybe, but why would it be because it's his fucking birthday?
Yeah, bro. That's actually silly.
Like people are, and the people on the snippet were like, "Holy shit, that was Frank Ocean at the end of the song." It's Daniel Caesar, bro. It's not him.
It's not.
He doesn't want to put the music out right now, so it's not out. Give it up. And I'm mad because I'm just a pessimist. So I'm like, we might never get another album.
You ain't gonna be on my mama album.
Holy crap. I forgot about that too. Okay, real quick before we sign off, give me 3 people you want to see on the Tyler album.
Oh, okay.
Or should we do 3 people who you think will be on it?
Who I think will be on it?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Wayne would be fire.
Gotta keep. I mean, he's been on Flower Boy, Cherry Bomb, Call Me If You Get Lost.
Wayne would be fire. Shoot, man. I don't know. I'm trying to look through my disco.
Mm-hmm.
Who else do you got?
I've got Rocky as the safest one. I think he's just on it. I think Tizo is going to be on it again. Be my guess. We know Daniel Caesar's on it, but I've got a big one, and this might just be manifesting. But I think it's going to happen. I really think it's going to happen. I think Kendrick Lamar's going to be on it. I think Kendrick's on it. And I say that because when Mr. Morale dropped, this man Tyler posted about it more than Kendrick. They were in the music video together with Keem. Tyler was dancing around with them. Kendrick's talked about how much he loves him. They've been friends forever, but we haven't gotten the collab. I think it's now.
Your time is up. My time is now.
Oh. It's like Frank. You can't see me. Sorry. Or hear me.
So crazy. Music pod,
man. That's what the post.
We're starting it. We're starting it here soon.
Yeah, but not now. We've
now.
got to go sign off.
Yeah,
Fellas are waiting for us in Discord to play some games. So we love y'all.
I love y'all.
Thank you for tuning in. Let us know your awards. Let us know who you want to see on the Tyler album. All that fun stuff. Your song of the pod. All of it. And we will catch you in the next video. Later, everybody.
Later, everyone.